Hello KU students, and welcome back to another episode of Good Morning KU. I'm Michael Garrett.
And I'm Maddie Maloney.
I'm Jay Daniels.
And I'm Amanda Gaius.
I'm Avalon, and this is Rebecca.
Good morning KU. I'm Jill Bainbridge.
And I'm Christine Stanwood.
I'm Ben Allen.
And I'm Brett Ivy.
Welcome back into Good Morning KU. I'm Griffin Hughes, joined by freshman swimmer Anna Pirano.
Woo! Yeah, rough
And
job.
welcome to this Tuesday edition of Good Morning KU. I'm Jack Graham, along with my partner Haley McGathick.
Hi, welcome to Good Morning KU. It's Friday, and I'm Grace Haverty.
And I'm TJ Blake.
It's another fine Monday on Good Morning KU. I'm Jackson Long.
Welcome to Good Morning KU. I'm Maddie Ireland.
And I'm David Dickey.
Hello, welcome to this special 250th anniversary, episode of Good Morning KU. I'm Travis Calvin.
I'm Alden German.
And I'm Mary Kate Baker. And yeah, we're pretty excited. It's the 250th episode. We all have gotten involved in Media Crossroads with Good Morning KU. So, what all has everybody done with, Good Morning?
Well, I first learned about it when I was a senior in high school. I took a visit up here for the J School, and I saw the show kind of going on with Jackson Long and Farzine, rather. I can't pronounce his last name.
I don't blame you, okay.
I kind of just saw them doing it, and it was just something, it was interesting to me, just that students were able to put on something like this. And now I'm here doing it. I started in the fall, and now I'm kind of put in charge almost half the time here. So it's kind of, as a freshman, it's kind of nice it's a nice show to be a part of.
Definitely, especially as a freshman too, getting involved early.
What about you, Alden?
Well, I started with Good Morning KU last semester. Yeah, it was last semester. Last semester.
Yep.
With J210, and I'm actually an atmospheric science student, so I want to go into broadcast meteorology and everything. And then I learned about Good Morning KU through J210, and Cal Butcher, the director of Media Crossroads, said that that'd be a good opportunity for you to get some work in and practice in front of the camera and screen. So,
yeah. What are you doing now with that? What are you?
Well, I'm here at Good Morning KU. Not most of the time, but occasionally I'm up here, and then KJH2 down at the Dole Center.
Awesome.
Down there too, doing things.
Great.
And you're down at KJH2.
Yeah,
we work together.
We do work.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I knew you looked familiar. I started out here at Media Crossroads. Just running the teleprompter. Too scared to get on camera, but once we finally started doing stuff with Good Morning KU, now I'm getting to anchor and producer down at KJH. So it really does helps prepare you for taking that next step. So it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I was definitely terrified the first time I was on camera. I remember that. I was on Friday's show last semester, and I was just reading the news, and I was just a bored, and this happened today in the news. So
right.
There's been a little bit of growth, I guess, in that.
But it definitely, it gives you the practice. Well, awesome. So everybody stay tuned, because after the break, we're going to meet someone who actually made Media Crossroads possible. Stay with us. And now joining us, we have Professor Scott Reinardy, who is the Associate Dean for Graduate Studies.
That is correct.
And so he was actually the one who got Media Crossroads going. So tell us a little bit about that.
Well, it certainly wasn't a one-person effort by any means. I feel it's a little bit old home week. You bring the old people back to talk about the good old days. About 3 summers ago, we had the opportunity to develop Media Crossroads in coordination with the union. Dean Ann Brill supported the project, along with Cade Cruikshank and Anthony Whaley. We went to meetings all summer. I can tell you the number of steps between the door to Media Crossroads and Stauffer Flint. Still to this day, it's 524 of my steps. It may be different
You
for
might have
others.
bigger feet than a few of us have.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
But there were many trips back and forth. But it was the opportunity to bring this exciting effort from the School of Journalism into this space, and to get the entire university involved and the campus involved. And Good Morning KU, congratulations, 250 shows is fantastic.
Thank you. Yeah, we're definitely very appreciative of what this has brought and given to us. So along with that, what all have you researched? I mean, before, starting Good Morning KU or Media Crossroads, what all have you done beforehand?
I worked in newspapers for about 15 years before obtaining my PhD. But I want to look at practical issues that affect people in newsrooms. So I study a lot of burnout, job satisfaction, workload, and I go into newsrooms and I talk with journalists about what is occurring with them. I bring that information back. I not only publish research in that area, but I try to incorporate some of the ideas, some of the best practices into the classroom to help our students. And certainly Media Crossroads is one of those opportunities where we want students to have practical experiences as they go forward. We have several opportunities in our school that involve broadcast journalism. This is just one of them, and I think it's been such a great gateway into our curriculum and into the other opportunities in preparing our students. And it really helps the students develop and move forward and to get where they want to go in their careers.
Definitely. Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, it's been my pleasure. Thank you. Good luck.
And stay tuned after the break. We're going to have Brian be introducing someone from SUA to talk about what's going on for the rest of the school year. Thanks.
Where you go to college makes a statement about you. This place will become a part of you, your identity for life. The University of Kansas, a great place to be you.
Hi, welcome back to Good Morning KU. I'm here with TJ Blake, who's a member of SUA. TJ, can you tell us a little bit about SUA, what it is and what it does?
Yeah, absolutely. So the organization is kind of a combination of student government and event planning. So it works with things like big events, like Nick Offerman came to KU this year, sold out the Lead Center, tons and tons of people attended that. But there are also smaller events that occur, like having tea at every Thursday at 3, sorry. So kind of a combination of different events that occur across campus.
Okay, so and what do you do specifically at SUA?
I'm Vice President of Development, so I'm in charge of recruitment, retention, and leadership development. So I work mostly with the members as opposed to the actual event planning side of it.
Okay, and do you have any events that are still going on for the rest of this year?
We actually do. We have several events that kind of carry on throughout the entirety of the year, and there's still a couple of those left. So I talked a little bit about Tea at 3. That happens every Thursday at 3 o'clock here at the Union. And that's still going to be happening. Come get a free cookie and a free cup of tea. We also have The Hobbit is playing this weekend, and that's up in Woodruff Auditorium at 7:30 on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday this week. And then the last thing that's kind of sad is that J-Bowl is going to be closing, but every Friday and Saturday at 10 o'clock p.m. you can come bowl for free and kind of celebrate / mourn the closing of J-Bowl. So.
And I heard that J-Bowl may be moving out, that you guys will be moving in?
Eventually, I think the long-term plan is that our offices will actually be moved to where J-Bowl is, which is a whole lot more space for us and a lot more room for us to kind of grow. So I'm looking forward to that.
I know SUA does a lot of work, and you guys certainly deserve a bigger office.
We would certainly like it. I think it's something that as we continue to get more members, fitting 100 people into a small office doesn't exactly work the best. But for next year, it is going to be kind of an event space down there as well. So you'll see some late night events, kind of like casino night type events that are going to be hosted down there as well.
Okay,
so
cool. Yeah. And TJ is also a member of Good Morning KU's team, and here for the 250th show. TJ does Fridays, 251st show, not quite as exciting. But I wanted to get a chance to ask you, so what's your favorite part of Good Morning KU?
Well, this semester was kind of interesting. I really loved getting to try something different. At the end of every Friday show, we do a Jimmy Fallon game at the end of it. So tomorrow on Good Morning KU, we're going to be doing lip sync battles.
Oh, okay.
So that's definitely something you want to tune in for, because that's going to be kind of exciting.
Well, will you be presenting yourself in it?
I will, yes. I've got 2 different songs all lined up and ready to go. So.
All right, well, I don't want to get it spoiled.
Yeah.
I'll tune in. All right. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back soon.
Hello and welcome back to Good Morning KU. I'm Travis Calvin and I'm here with guest Blake McFarland. you're a director of Rock Chalk Live, right?
I'm the host and producer of Rock Chalk Live.
Director, same thing.
Director, you can give me whatever title you want.
Well, what inspired you to create that show?
Honestly, it's something I just wanted to do, and I knew Chris Bacon really well just from taking 48 before, and then I don't want to say I didn't want to do a particular show, but I wanted to do something that was a little bit more focused on just one team, and so we started off by doing just KU basketball and men's games, and then to finish off the semester we moved and did baseball games, which was actually really fun, probably more fun because with KU basketball you can't really get any access to the players or the coaches, and with KU baseball, I mean, when I talked to Rich Price, he just kind of asked me about certain things that aren't even on camera. So then we did that. So then next semester, the show's going to continue. We'll do KU football. So
oh, really?
It'll be exciting.
That's kind of evolving. But kind of going back to origins, you even started here as well, correct?
Yeah, I was really lucky. In high school, the director, #1 guy at Media Crossroads, was my high school broadcast teacher in Cal. So I knew him from when I was a sophomore in high school until basically he left to go to KU. I decided to graduate and go to KU. We were a package deal, you might say, in the recruiting ways. But he told me about Media Crossroads when I was at Lathan Northwest, and then I came up here and got off right away. I started off doing, it was the Rush Hour was the first show I did, which is a KJHJ sports talk, and then we did that for a year, and then I decided to do a show over the summer with Cal, and I'd come up once a week, and that's when the birth of 785 Live started, and then I took my hands off that and decided to do Rock Chalk Live, so I guess 785 Live too, that's the benefits of me, I guess, or at least the name.
You know, both 785 Live and Rock Chalk Live, they're heavily involved in sports, you know. Yeah, a lot of good sports coming on right now, you know.
Yeah.
NBA playoffs, NHL playoffs, the NFL draft starts today.
Yeah, the NFL draft probably is the most overblown event in sports, for sure.
I'd agree.
You're going to have a lot of guys that just aren't going to play, but there are going to be some Jayhawks that are getting drafted. Don't forget about the Kentucky Derby. Don't forget about Mayweather-Pacquiao, man.
Absolutely, Mayweather-Pacquiao.
That might be like the one sports event that like nobody sees, just because it's like I think it's like $100 for a normal person to buy it. I know that where I live, we looked into it and it had been $5,000 for us to buy it.
I saw that only 7% of all Buffalo Wild Wings restaurants are going to be having Mayweather-Pacquiao.
It's crazy expensive.
It costs about $6,000 just for like a couple TV screens.
And it's about 4 years too late because they're all out of their prime. Manny Pacquiao's got like 2 kids. He's running for he's a politician in the Philippines now. Mayweather's just betting $100K and $200,000 on just random sports events.
A $25,000 mouth guard.
I'm sure he called up Vegas and saw what the line is for a 500th episode of Good Morning KU and put down $200K real quick. I mean, the guy just doesn't care. For boxing wise, and I don't really know anything about boxing. I really hope it's a knockout. If it goes to decision, that's like the most boring thing you could have in boxing because it's 3 judges that all decide basically who gets a 9 or who gets a 10. I don't know anything about the Kentucky Derby either. I just know that it's fun to watch, but no, it's gonna be exciting, especially this summer. I don't know if you're a big soccer guy, but Women's World Cup is gonna be really exciting if you're a U.S. fan because the girls are really good. And they almost won it 4 years ago, and they lost to Japan, which was kind of a surprise. But you have Alex Morgan; she's hitting her prime now. Amy Wambach's still one of the best women's players in the world. Hope Solo is going to be playing again. A lot of people forgot about her for various reasons, but yeah, the women are going to be really fun to watch this summer.
Well, just real quick before we leave out, who's your favorite tonight, or not tonight, but on Saturday night, Mayweather-Pacquiao?
I would go with Mayweather. He's closer to his prime than Pacquiao, and I think a lot of people, I guess my opinion on sports is I like all the guys that nobody else likes, and nobody likes Floyd Mayweather because he's just kind of that guy that's spends all the money and is very flamboyant. But I like that. I think it's really funny, and so I hope he wins just because I want to see the media meltdown from that.
I believe Mayweather's going to win as well. But we're just going to, well, maybe not. We're going to see, but we'll see. Maybe some highlights later on Sports.
Yeah, I want to see a TKO, knock him out.
Absolutely. Well, right after this, we're going to go ahead and have our news. So stay with us.
Where you go to college makes a statement about you. This place will become a part of you, your identity for life. The University of Kansas, a great place to be you.
Welcome back, I'm Letty Couto.
And I'm Samantha Holden, and this is your Good Morning KU News update for Thursday.
Crowds have continued to protest in Baltimore over the death of Freddie Gray. Outrage over the death in yet another black man's police custody has spread to New York City, where another large group gathered in Union Square. A 10 p.m. curfew in Baltimore seems to be preventing any more violence and looting, as the streets were mostly clear for a second night in a row.
Search and rescue teams in Nepal found a survivor of the worst earthquake Nepal has seen in 80 years. An 18-year-old man was pulled from the rubble of a 7-story building 5 days after the disaster. The official death toll has now surpassed more than 5,500. The airport in Kathmandu has seen so much traffic by aid and passenger planes that income flights sat on the runway for hours.
Today marks the 40th anniversary of the fall of Saigon, the day North Vietnam's Communist Army captured what is now known as Ho Chi Minh City is honored as the end of the Vietnam War that killed more than 3 million Vietnamese and 60,000 Americans.
Governor Sam Brownback is pushing through a $450,000, first of its kind, anti-abortion law. According to the Kansas City Star, the governor announced that he would sign 4 reenactments of this bill banning a common procedure, second trimester procedure. Abortion providers are considering lawsuits.
That's it for today's news update. Stay tuned with Travis and a sports update after the break.
Hello and welcome back. The men's basketball team has landed their second recruit of the year in a 6'9" power forward, Cheikh Diallo. Diallo was named the MVP of the Jordan Brand Classic and the McDonald's All-America game, which both feature the best recruits in the nation. Diallo is the #1 ranked power forward in the 2015 class, though with Kansas, he is expected to play a lot of center. Diallo chose Kansas over St. John's, Kentucky, Iowa State, and Pittsburgh. The Kansas softball team had a rough go of it last weekend against the #5 ranked Oklahoma Sooners. The weekend started well for the Jayhawks, who won the first game of the series 4-2, but quickly lost all momentum in Game 2 with a 13-0 loss. Oklahoma took the series after winning the final game 7-4. Kansas is a mere 5-7 in Big 12 play, but will look to get back on track in their final homestand of the season against Baylor starting on Friday. After winning the series against West Virginia last weekend, the men's baseball team followed up with a disappointing 6-5 loss against the Arkansas Pine Bluff Golden Lions last night at Hoagland Ballpark. The Golden Lions jumped on the Jayhawks early, scoring 5 of their 6 runs in the second inning thanks to some shaky Kansas pitching. KU has fallen to 19-26 now for the season, and next takes on Baylor for a 3-game series starting on Friday. Some good news for Kansas baseball, though. Junior transfer pitcher Ben Krauth earned Big 12 Newcomer of the Week on Monday after dominating past week. Krauth has the lowest ERA for Kansas at 3.73 and leads the team with 68 strikeouts. Krauth will be the starter for the Jayhawks when they take on Baylor on Friday. And finally, the trend of baseball losses continues for Kansas teams, this time in the majors. The Cleveland Indians defeated the Kansas City Royals yesterday 7-5, but despite the loss, KC has still been a dominant force. The Royals have scored the 4th most runs in the league this year and have tied for allowing the fewest runs, making them the highest run differential in the majors at +38. KC will next take on the Detroit Tigers in a battle for control of first place in the AL Central, where Detroit has half a game lead over the Royals. That's going to wrap it up for your area sports. Stay tuned and we'll have Alden German with the weather forecast.
Where you go to college makes a statement about you. This place will become a part of you, your identity for life. The University of Kansas, a great place to be you.
Welcome back, everybody. Here's a live look outside at Daisy Hill with the 2 brand new dorms going up, and the sky is completely clear too. A very nice blue sky in Lawrence today, and you can expect that weather to continue for the rest of the day and for the next few days as well. Let's take a look at your almanac right now. Temperatures are around normal, but they're actually, yesterday at least, temperatures were above normal quite significantly. Yesterday we had a high of 74 with a low of 43, and then our average for this time of year is 69 and 48, and our record temperatures were 90 degrees and 32 degrees for our low. We're not going to see temperatures that cool, but we might be able to see temperatures that warm here fairly soon. But first, let's take a look now at your daily planner for today. We can expect clear skies throughout the rest of the day as well. 11 a.m. 62 degrees, pleasant. 2 p.m. 68 degrees, we might see a few skies, and look at that. The weather today is going to be fantabulous. And then at 5 p.m., 71 degrees, you should go eat outside. Not just because I'm telling you to, but also because it's going to be 71 degrees and very nice weather. Here's a look at the next 5 days for you. Sadly, we do have some rain in the forecast, but that's not until next week. 74 degrees today, clear skies. Clouds start to thicken up on Friday and Saturday, 74, 76 degrees. It's on Monday, though, that we stand a good chance of seeing some rain, and all throughout next week, too, we have a fairly good chance for rain throughout most days. But look at Sunday. 81 degrees on Sunday. So if you're going to get outside and do something, Sunday is the best day to do it, because starting on Monday, the weather's not going to be quite as stellar for our last week of classes. That's your forecast for today, guys, and from all of us here at Good Morning KU, thank you for joining us for our 250th show, and we hope that you stick around for the next 250. Have a good day.